And we're talking about different ways that we can help keep our families safe at theme parks. One of the things that you're going to want to absolutely have a plan for, because it can happen and it can happen very easily, is if your child becomes lost. Obviously, the goal is to make sure that that doesn't happen, but at a place like a theme park, it's very common. There are 1,000 distractions, there are a million people, and it really is very easy for a child to become separated and just lost in the shuffle in a split second, really. If that's the case, you want to be sure that your child is prepared so that they don't panic. There's nothing worse than a lost child who is panicked and doesn't know what to do. You're going to want to assure your child that you're not going to leave the theme park without finding them, and that the very first thing you're going to do when they go missing is look for them until you find them. You never want a child to think that you've left without them and that they should go out looking into the parking lot for you, because that carries dangers all of its own. Aside from stranger danger, there's also cars to deal with, and that can become a very dangerous situation for your child. With that said, if your child becomes separated, you need to tell them that they are not to panic, that you're looking for them, and that they really need to go to some sort of park personnel, not to really entrust in a stranger, because that could be dangerous. They could just go up to someone who's selling popcorn or candy. There's certainly enough vendors in a location like that, and just ask that they find some sort of paging system where you can be paged. One of the smartest things that you can do is write down your phone number and your name and your cell phone number and the cell phone numbers of anybody who is with you at the park, and put it on your child's body, whether it's in a pocket or if they're carrying a little backpack or even in their shoe, and make sure that your child knows where it is. That way you can be reachable within a minute or two, and it really is the most effective way to be reunited with your child. With all of that said, obviously the best thing to do is be sure that your child is close to you. And if your child is a toddler, I would go for the harness with the leash, and I wouldn't worry about what people think about things like that. I used it with my children, and I got a couple funny looks, but you know what? I never lost my children. They were always within arm's reach, and if they started to wander away, I just yanked them back. And you know what? It was fine, and it's much better than having to go chasing a lost child around a place like a theme park.